President Trump, meanwhile, campaigned in Pennsylvania yesterday. On the same day, another of his former close associates was put in handcuffs. Former White House chief strategist Steve Bannon was arrested on fraud charges over an alleged scheme connected to the president's long-promised border wall. He was later released on a $5 million bond. Paula Reid is following all of this from the White House.
As he left federal court in Manhattan, Steve Bannon suggested the Trump Justice Department's case against him is a setup.
This entire fiasco is
Well, I feel very badly. I haven't been dealing with him for a long period of time.
President Trump tried to distance himself from his former chief strategist, who prosecutors allege was part of a group that raised more than $25 million to build a southern border wall, then stole hundreds of thousands of dollars in donations for themselves.
I know nothing about the project other than I didn't like, when I read about it, I didn't like it.
Bannon pleaded not guilty to charges of wire fraud and money laundering and was released on a $5 million bond after being arrested that morning on a yacht off the coast of Connecticut. Bannon is the president's sixth close associate to be criminally charged by Trump's own Justice Department.
What's it say about your judgment that these are the kind of people who you affiliated with?
Thursday afternoon, President Trump hit the campaign trail near Joe Biden's childhood hometown of Scranton, Pennsylvania.
There's only one thing standing between your family and the radical left-wing mob, and that's your vote this November.
As Biden was formally accepting the Democratic nomination for president, Mr. Trump called into Fox News with new attacks.
I can't imagine they're ever going to anybody's going to endorse Biden, because they really have a very unsafe policy for our country.
And repeated his baseless claims about universal mail-in voting.
They're trying to steal the election. This will be the most fraudulent election in history.
A former member of the Postal Service board testified before lawmakers yesterday that the current Postmaster General, Louis DeJoy, was selected to run the organization even though he was the, quote, least qualified. Now, DeJoy will have the opportunity to respond to that criticism and answer questions about how he's been running the Postal Service when he appears on Capitol Hill later today. Gayle.
We'll be following that Postal Service story. Thank you very much, Paula.